This is Ingenuity, and in this episode, Lamborghini released their latest speed sculpture, Dunlop develops Sportmax for the road, Swiss Rally makes its bid for the WRC, and Bentley released their Continental V8 range. But first, the car of the year.
Here are the votes for Car of the Year 2012. And the winner, as you can see, is the Opel Vauxhall Ampera Chevrolet Volt.
It feels absolutely awesome to win the European Car of the Year for our Chevrolet Volt. You know, this car was our game changer, our moonshot, and we could not be more proud today to win this very prestigious award. We've got so many people to thank in terms of all of our designers, our engineers, the incredible team that we've got working on this great car, building it every single day in Detroit and Hamtramck. It's a very proud day, and we are really honored.
The Chevrolet Volt, unlike other competing hybrids in the market, is entirely electrically driven with about an 80-kilometer range. The onboard petrol engine is used only to recharge the batteries when extended range is required. Since 1976, the only way a consumer has been able to reliably compare the environmental merits of a new car or truck was from the EPA fuel economy data on the sales sticker.
I think people are very interested in that when they look at, what are we leaving for our kids? What is the environment? What is the planet that we're leaving behind? And I think that's an important part of the car buying decision, and we know that, and our customers have told us that.
At this year's Washington, D.C. Auto Show, Chevrolet announced an environmental impact window sticker, giving potential owners a snapshot of the vehicle from before, during, and after it hits the road.
You're going to see an Ecologic sticker that says, okay, here's how the car is made, why is it important to you? Here's the fuel efficiency and what's in the car, why is it important to you? And then after you own the car, what happens to the car on a recyclable basis? And then why is that important to you? Very clear, very simple, but very important information that no one else has done.
For instance, the plant that builds the engines for the new Sonic is landfill-free, reusing, recycling, or converting to energy all waste created in its daily operations.
I think that putting the stickers on the car to help educate the consumer is a good thing. They want to know how it's earth-friendly, what kind of technology it has, how can it be recycled, how is it manufactured. Those things, they give the consumer a feel-good feeling about the car they're buying.
The Sonic will be the first vehicle to get the Ecologic window sticker, followed by the rest of Chevrolet's lineup in 2013. German car manufacturer Opel is presenting a stylish and environmentally friendly new urban design concept at the Geneva Motor Show, the Rad-E bike. The Rad-E is aimed primarily at urban people at a time when e-bikes are predicted to play an increasing role in future integrated urban transport concepts. It's the first e-bike concept to be designed around automotive manufacturing mass production methods. The Rad-E's pedelec propulsion system is based on a 250-watt electric motor and a lithium-ion battery. At an average speed of 20 kilometers an hour, and depending on the electric assist and terrain, the e-bike achieves an electrically supported range of between 60 and 145 kilometers. The battery can be fully charged in a maximum time of 2.5 hours. At the Geneva Motor Show, Automobili Lamborghini presented the most uncompromising open super sports car of its entire history. The designers and engineers in Sant'Agata Bolognese have not only dispensed entirely with the roof, but also with the front windshield.
We are presenting the Lamborghini Aventador Iota. It's a one-off, so it's a one-produced car only at a price of 2.1 million euro without VAT, and the car, unfortunately, is already sold, or luckily.
With 515 kilowatts of horsepower, this two-seater demonstrates Lamborghini's expertise in carbon fiber technology.
It's a typical barchetta, so it has the design of a barchetta, open, very flat, It's a very low car, the lowest car we have ever produced in Lamborghini. And then it has a patent, which is done by us, of soft carbon fiber called carbon skin, which we are utilizing for the first time in the Iota for the dashboard and the seats.
The Aventador J is proof that despite the rules, Lamborghini will always make people dream, even into the future. And as for car sales,
we sold 1,602 cars in 2011, which is a plus of 23% in comparison to 2010. And yes, we are foreseeing that we will have an increase in the year 2012 in comparison to the 2011 as well.
Coming up, Dunlop Max for the road.
This year there are several major changes to last year. One of them especially is the front part here. This area is not allowed to be any higher than 55 centimeters from the ground due to safety reasons, because if I impact with a car in front, that really reduces the risk of catapulting over him. Then, however, as soon as you get to this part, it's allowed to build the car a little bit higher. And so straight away the designers have used that possibility, because it makes the space under the car here much more large to be able to increase the airflow, and that's just better aerodynamically. So unfortunately it doesn't look great, but that's the fastest way to build the car. Then going a little bit further back, one important difference is also the wheelbase. We have a much longer car this year, and that's also opened up new aerodynamic possibilities, because it's just there's a longer space to work with the airflow and everything. So that's a whole different ballgame. Finally, a very, very important change is that we're not allowed to use the exhaust gases to blow into the diffuser, because last year that made a lot of downforce on the rear end, especially in slow-speed corners. So we had incredible traction out of the corners. They've taken that possibility away. We now have to put the exhaust much further forward on the car. And that's going to make it much more difficult to drive also this year, because on traction there's a little bit less grip and you need to control it better, and that makes it very tough also on tire wear. You know, we have to be very, very cautious on traction, so it's going to be quite exciting.
One of the world's leading tyre manufacturers, Dunlop, is launching a new European breed of sports tyres aimed at the high and ultra-high performance tyre market. Called the Sport Max RT for racing technology, it's a road tyre designed especially for the driving enthusiast.
This is a track day tire with, or let's say, a road tire with track day capabilities. We were looking for excellent dry handling capabilities, but we wanted also the people, the consumer, to go on the open road as well. So what we did, we developed a tire which is quite excellent for the track, but still with some good capabilities on the wet, so that you're feeling confident on open roads. So we have the asymmetric tread pattern. So on the outside we have the massive outer shoulder block for grip and dry performance, and on the inside we have the open groove for water evacuation and confidence on the wet. Then you have what we call the high angle ribs. So you can see here This is not like that, but like this. And this adds stiffness in the lateral direction and therefore in cornering, really good feedback when you drive. You have also the compound. So everywhere we have the adaptive compound, which really adapts to the road and generate even higher grip during cornering maneuvers. On top of that, we have inside of the tire what we call the hybrid overlay featuring aramid, which is make it possible to keep the shape and the footprint stable over the speed range. So when the speed increases, normally in conventional tire it goes like that. With a race, it goes and stays stable. So better steering control and confidence also on dry roads.
The key philosophy, there are three key philosophies which we work against. Number one, we want to make sure that the tires which are being built are working superbly with the cars for which they're intended. So even when after replacement, they give perfect performance. That's number one. Number two, what is important is that we follow government regulations. So for example, there are new labeling regulations which are coming in, and we are making sure that the consumer, when they buy the Dunlop tires, are buying it with confidence, making sure that it meets the minimum threshold which is needed for the labeling requirements, for example. And the third thing, which is the most important for us, is making sure that the motorsport technology, so some of our compounds, some of our constructions, some of our technologies which we develop with motorsport, we transfer across to the road. And by doing so, we know that when they are braking, when there's grip, it is giving them the perfect conditions for doing all of that. But all of that is tested in the motorsport environment to ensure that for the road tires, it really, really works well for the end user.
The new tire targets leading performance brands such as Audi, Maserati, Jaguar and Mercedes-AMG. Next, Rally International. The organizers of the Rallye International du Valais in Switzerland, part of the European Championship, are preparing a bid to become part of the 2014 World Championship.
We are very happy today to officially announce our project for a candidacy to become a WRC event. This is thanks to the support of the authorities, our partners and the drivers.
The initial goal of rally founder Philippe Simonetta was to introduce rally participants to the geographical richness of the region. In line with this philosophy, the RIV has continually evolved since its inception to reach its current position as a key component of the Swiss motorsport calendar. Since 1994, the RIV has also been of international interest as part of the European Championship.
The rally has what's needed to become a big WRC rally from an organisational point, but also the quality of the course. It will mostly be financial, but will also involve the support of our main sponsors. We also have new partners who are waiting for this project. The biggest strong point of this rally would be being located in the centre of Europe without being part of the EU.
The drivers and sponsors have also welcomed the idea. Previous winner Luca Rossetti praised the roads and organisation.
I think that there are the roads here in Valais for organize a rally on WRC, and anyway also the organization is really good. Okay, they need to improve the experience because WRC is a bit different, but anyway they are really clever and good guys, so I think that they will do a good job.
You need to constantly progress if you wish not to stagnate. So my team and myself have decided to progress by starting a project to submit our candidacy to become part of the WRC. We have therefore met a delegation during the French Rally, and we have met the promoters of the French Rally, the company North One. They welcome the candidacy of our event to become a member of the WRC in future years.
adesso che io ho visto mi è piaciuto, è tutto molto ben fatto.
I'm convinced from what I have seen, everything is very well organised.
Sul mondiale.
And I would really like to participate in 2014 for the World Rally Championship episode.
2014 stare di qua a fare la gara del mondiale.
It is the fruits of many years of efforts and could be really good for this rally. This rally is particularly hard with its dirt and asphalt parts. The Rallye Internationale du Valais really has the character of a WRC rally, and it doesn't really belong anymore in the Swiss rally circuit.
The CEO of the official timekeeper of the rally, Tag Heuer, said it would be very good for Switzerland to host such an event.
Well, World Rally Championship event, as it says, is a world event, and in Switzerland, unfortunately, we don't have any kind of major world motor racing event following decision made in the 50s. So for a company like Tiger, closely related to the world of motor racing, I think for Swiss people, it's crucial, to be on the map also of global motorsport and not only of other activities such as watchmaking or banking. Well, obviously as Tiger, we are the official timer of the Rallye Internationale du Valais, so we can only be supportive and enthusiastic that it will happen. Not only, but we're also sponsor of Sébastien Ogier, the rising star of World Rally Championship, so we would like to see Sébastien winning the first WRC of Valais in 2 years from now.
Rallye du Valais includes 17 timed special stages for 264.71 kilometers and a total length of 708.68 kilometers. Coming up, Bentley Continental. Two new Bentley Continental V8 models will be unveiled at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. The new 4-litre twin-turbocharged V8 Continental GT Coupe and GTC convertible. This new Bentley V8 engine delivers maximum power of 500 brake horsepower and an extraordinary peak torque of 660 Newton-meters, combined with a new close-ratio 8-speed automatic transmission. This translates into a 0 to 60 mph sprint time of 4.6 seconds for the GT Coupe and a top speed of 303 kilometers per hour, a new push by Bentley into the high-luxury sports car sector.
What do you think of the new V8?
Like you or me as a racing driver or rally driver, you feel the difference on the weight. It doesn't need to be very big. You know, if it's 30, 40 kilos, you feel it straight away. It's more closer to the sport car. It reacts very quickly and seems to be very good power as well.
Power and the steering, really, really responsive. Able to flick the car left to right, put it exactly where I want on the circuit. The sound of the car is just fantastic. Listen to the roar of that engine. It's going up through the 8-speed box. It certainly looks like you were throwing the car around and having good fun.
every year the Detroit Motor Show is the start of the year for the motoring industry. And due to the fact that we have a V8 and the US market is clearly a V8 market, we picked Detroit as the world launch for our new car and our new engine.
It sounds like a true V8, drives like a true V8, and so we think it will appeal to the Detroit Motor Show goers.
It feels like an out-and-out sports car, which is what Bentley's all about, but at the same time it's got the luxury of the W12, but it's got the performance with the V8 engine. You know, this thing's got 500 brake horsepower. It's lighter than the W12 car, so although it's got less power, it's lighter, so you know, it feels, the punch off the corners is amazing. And with the you know, the 8-speed gearbox, it just keeps accelerating, keeps going, and the engine just sounds amazing. And you know, it's great fun to drive, a lot of fun.
The car is very well balanced, so it doesn't do any funny things from the rear or front. So if it slides the whole car nicely, but still under control. The engine reacts quicker, it responds quicker, and it's more aggressive straight away, more like a sport car engine.
The V8 has got its own characteristic burble, and we've accentuated this in this car, and I think it will appeal to the enthusiastic driver who is also conscious of saving fuel and minimizing CO2.
We are 40% lower in CO2 emissions than we are with the W12, and we achieve this with the technology of cylinder deactivation. So when not needed, 4 cylinders will shut off without the driver realizing what's happening. And as soon as you step in, the power comes back and you have access to this 500 horsepower of the engine.
The new V8 is priced a little bit below the W12 to appeal to a new set of customers, those that perhaps into Ferraris, Maseratis, Porsches right now. So it allows those customers to come into a full luxury supercar brand like Bentley.
Like a typical Bentley, you know, it's great, it's confidence inspiring. You know, you want to push it to the limit, and the car just wants to take more.
Well, 2011 was a tremendous year for us. In total, worldwide, we had a sales growth of 37%. We sold retail 7,003 units to the customers of the world. And we have a very attractive product lineup with a new Continental GT, with a new Continental GTC, and also the Mulsanne is only 1 year on the market. That means we have a pretty strong lineup. And with these cars and now integrating and adding on the V8, I think we have a very good position in 2012.
Well, that's it for another episode of Enginuity. Bye for now.